Match 2 of US Invitational. You see that was a spare shot from Korey Cooper. We got Maria's subs on the line here with Bowl-a-Rama. Bowl-a-Rama team from Maine on lane 35. Scoreboard reflected on your screen does not have the official names. That's the starting lineups. And every manager makes a last-minute decision heading in. We had Brian Mayer and Korey Cooper as the first group. Maria's subs is on your right. Mayer had a spare. He's at 25, and you just saw Korey Cooper with a spare. He's at 20 and a ball. So a virtual tie. Second bowlers up here, we have Chris Harris. From Maria's subs on your right, wearing the red jersey with the pizza boy in the back. On the head pin, he had a 5 and 2. Can't execute it. Owen Martin is your bowler. The entire Bowl-a-Rama team out of Sanford, Maine, and environs. It's all from Maine. The sponsors are from Bowl-a-Rama itself. The alley. Mark Smith, their anchor, was just filling me in on some of that. First ball in the second box coming up. Nine drop for Harris. OJ gets some late action behind the head pin. He's still got the one in the corner. That's a spare. Second mark for Maria's subs, one of the more famous teams. You see Craig Holbrook and Bobby Whitcomb in the anchor later on. Richie Myrick, our third bowler, now steps up. Score in the early going is 43-40. Two bowlers from Bowl-a-Rama working on marks. One from Maria's with a three-pin lead. Myrick now on lane 36. Good head pin. Leaves a 1, 2, and 1 with a lot of wood. And backdoor action off the head pin from Damon on lane 35. The official name of this team is TBD. And the messenger sent from Myrick. A pair of spares to start for the third bowlers here in the first.
It's either Norway or South Paris.
Three spares in the early going for both teams. A strike also for TBD Bowl-a-Rama. 5 in the fill from Myrick. And off the head pin, 7 for Damon. Don't give up on it yet. Myrick still has a head pin. Both bowlers looking at the head pins with their third ball here. Second box. And we have a, yes you may, please. We have a tie game with that pin, 67-67. TBD Bowl-a-Rama has 3 in the bonus. We'll work on that graphic. Bowl-a-Rama's on the left. First balls from the fourth bowlers. Craig Holbrook takes the right side, a 1-and-1 split. Scott Lapierre, our number 2 finisher in the singles yesterday, came out of the 31st seed. Oh, what a shot! And that's how you do it. Played the wood and not the pins. It took out what looked like the 8 and 10. Fourth bowlers here. First ball in the second string. Hall of Famer Craig Holbrook in on the head pin. Rewarded with a 2 and 1. Jeff Lapierre. What a bid for Holbrook. Shot the 4 pin over behind the 10. 5 and 1. Off the head pin, he makes it. Look at that, Jeff. Is this Jeff? It's Scott Lapierre. This is Scott Lapierre. Yeah. Okay. There is. Yeah, the scoreboard is showing Jeff, but it is Scott Lapierre, and they're not brothers either, is it? So just to make everything real clear. All right, in the early going, it's a 91-84 lead for TBD Bowl-a-Rama anchor bowlers with their first appearance here. It's Bobby Witt. The slow approach, he never slides. He's got a Korey. 9 drop for Mark Smith, the captain. All right, a chop on the head pin. Very nearly what he was looking for. Ten-pin lead as both bowlers are open to start in the anchor seat here. Now a 101-91 lead for TBD Bowl-a-Rama with 4 bonus balls coming up, 2 spares and a strike versus 1 bonus ball for Maria's subs. First ball from Whitcomb. 8. He's got a 2-pinner. And a 9 drop to the 5 for Smith. There it is, spare for Whitcomb. He'll sit down. 17 and a ball. And Smith is open. TBD Bowl-a-Rama still with the lead. We'll be bowling 2 strings. Each team will get each game is worth 2 points, and there's 2 for the total. And I'm gonna hand over as we start the second set to my friend Paul Grant.
Thank you, Bob. Outstanding bowling today. Great shots. A lot of people. How many teams are there today, Bob?
17.
17 teams.
With a bye. So one team will have a bye each time. Or it won't be a bye, it'll be a
Oh,
top.
2 full on the head pin.
Korey Cooper.
Korey Cooper's from Auburn, Maine. For Bowl-a-Rama. That's located in Sanford, Maine. Most of their team does bowl at Bowl-a-Rama in Sanford, Maine. Yeah, tough out here needs. Ooh, missed the spare bid there. Korey Cooper missed that spare. Brian Mayer. $8. 35 apiece. for Korey Cooper and Brian Mayer. Live from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. Paul Grant along with Bob Lee. US Invitational. No Canada this year due to COVID. A lot of excitement in the air here today. We're in the third and fourth box of the first string of two between Bowl-a-Rama and Maria's Subs. Maria's Subs located in Saugus, Massachusetts. Had their subs there before working in Malden, and great subs are in the Malden area. Check out Maria's Subs. Delicious and reasonably priced, great portions as well. And 9 box and an 8. Korey Cooper. We're at 42 apiece, 43 rather, for Brian Mayer, 42 for Korey Cooper. 13-pin lead right now, 132 to 119 right now, early in the first string. Oh, there's a bid for a strike, and he gets it! Chris Harris, Maria's Subs. He's from Boston, and he delivered that one. OJ.
That was a strike on a spare there.
Yep. That's how you want to do it. OJ, Owen Martin, they call him OJ. He's from Sanford, Maine also. For Bowl-a-Rama. He settles for a 7.
First ball in the fourth box. 2 full.
On the mark.
Oh,
3,
both bowlers.
2 full.
Bloody splits again.
2 accurate in that shot.
Oh, Harris is still in the bonus though. He's working on a spare.
Yep.
On a strike, sorry. Match score is down to 3 through at the moment.
6 in that strike fill for Chris Harris for Maria's Subs on alley 35.
Both Craig Holbrook, both Bobby Whitcomb and Will Damon are working on spares. So each team has a ball coming up. So the score is up to the moment 153 to 150 for Maria's Subs right now.
And Chris Harris with a 52 after 4. And a 58 for OJ, Owen Martin. Okay, third bowl is out of 5 here. Will Damon on the right for Bowl-a-Rama. Rich Myrick on the left. Both off the head pin. Rich is from East Hampton, Massachusetts for Maria's Subs. Will Damon from Windham, Maine. Not to be confused with the Windham, New Hampshire. Good bid there. Rich Myrick on the head pin, 2 full again. For a 10, gets it right on. Will Damon with a 10. And an 8 for Rich Myrick. 32 for Rich Myrick. 37 for Will Damon. 1 pin lead right now, 161 to 160. Maria's Subs. Will Damon delivers on 36. Off to the left. But get some backdoor action, get some help. He's got 7. Rich Myrick on 35 on the left for Maria's Subs. East Hampton, Massachusetts. On the head pin, fall again. Tough break. 2 and 2. Not an easy shot, but these bowlers are capable of making these shots. I'm sure Bob Lee knows the percentage of how many times this is made, but
No, there
I'm
are
not going
too
to put
few of
pressure.
these to
Not going to
even
put pressure on you, Bob.
There are too few of these to even calculate. I'm working on 3-and-1s, and we're talking single.
Will Damon gets the spare. The wood helped him there. Spare for Will Damon. For Bowl-a-Rama. 42 in a ball after 4. Rich Myrick
with a 40 through 4.
Yep, we got 8 box 40 after 4. And Will Damon with the 47 in the ball after 4.
Yep.
So what do you got for a total here? 170 to 169, 1-pin lead.
Both teams have one bonus ball coming. One of them is going to be right here. Scott Lapierre is in the bonus right here. And
Gets 6.
for the moment, that's a 5-pin lead.
The Bowl-a-Rama in the lead by 5. Craig Holbrook, 5-7 pin. Wood is not too friendly here. How do you play this, Bob?
First you make yourself into Craig
Oh,
Holbrook.
whoa, did he go? He gets it to sweep over! What a shot! Craig Holbrook swept that pin over all the way
That
left
wasn't
to right.
That was Mr. Lapierre.
Lapierre, sorry.
That was our singles runner-up last night.
We haven't switched over yet.
Look at that.
Oh, good
Look at
shot.
that.
Look at
He
that.
did it.
Oh, he did do it.
Use the wood.
Wow.
Look at him laughing. That's not a scientific question. That's a first of all, you gotta give the wood a chance. The wood will do a lot of things on the back there, but you got to make it spin. Making that pin was pointed right at us. To make it spin was not a minor
Not right now. Thank you. Happy you're talking after the game. Thank you. All right, so Lapierre on the left. Confusing with the red shirt sometimes.
Holbrook 2 on his fill.
Half West, I hate that shot.
That gives the Bowl-a-Rama squad an early 17-pin lead at the moment.
Oh, good try. Wow. Almost another one. Wow. And what you're seeing on the home screen, you can see the scoreboard, the names are not correct, which makes it hard for us sometimes too.
Yeah, substitutes are not reflected. So that would be the starting lineups as they put them into the system. What a shot for Holbrook. Good out for the 9. Holbrook is at 38 through 4 with 1 mark.
Scott Lapierre 38 after 4. So we go to an anchor match now.
Scott Lapierre is on the left. He's at the 57 through 4
Okay.
ball. So
Okay.
just like you're telling the audience, you got to keep Bowl-a-Rama's on your left, and Maria's is on your right for the scoreboard. And the names are not reflected. Those are the starting lineups, not the actual lineups. Anchor bowlers here. Mark Smith on your right. Bolt lane 36 begins with a spread eagle with a talon in the back. Bobby Whitcomb now. For Maria's in the pocket. He's got 7. That one is a 45%er. We do have a good sample.
Now, is it the same on the left side and the right side?
I don't have differences. If they're different, I haven't measured it yet.
For the triangle for a
Look at
spare.
that. Yeah.
Right down the middle.
Inside saddle triangle. Will not go for Mark Smith.
Oh, gets a 10 out of that.
Wow.
Bob Whitcomb with a 10.
Score through the moment is 212, 207. A 5-pin lead for Bowl-a-Rama out of Maine. Wearing the Dancing Bears, the Grateful Dead jersey in the back, Mark Smith.
Bob Whitcomb at 34 after 3. 28 for
Line
Mark
drop.
Smith. After 3. On the head pin.
Oh,
Thought you had a strike on that one. At 8. So we can spin this wood around. For the spare. Gets it. Mark Smith on the money there.
He's going to sit down with the ball.
38 in the ball off the 4.
2 bonus balls coming up for Bowl-a-Rama. Whitcomb has got the 7-9.
Can he kick it over?
Oh my
Oh!
goodness! Oh my goodness! What a shot! It came over in front of the 9-pin. I would think that getting it too far back is far more likely.
He gets the 10 out of that. He's at 44 after 4. So after 4
Score
boxes.
is now 222 for Bowl-a-Rama. 217
for Maria Subs. First of 2 strings, 2 points a string, 2 points for total, 1 for a tie.
Switch sides, and we're going to switch announcers now.
Second match of the day. Back over to Bob Lee.
Thanks, Paul. First ball in the 5th string. Eight drop to the 310. Let's work on our our graphics. Good head pin shot there. Brian Mayer will be open. Korey Cooper as well. Third ball coming up.
So, Bob, what do you see? How the tournaments work? Let the audience know how the tournament looks like this week. How the matches, how they go each day.
So the first thing everybody should know is this is designed after the World's Invitational. Canada is not here. As another head pin produces a split for Brian Mayer. He's got 3 pins in the back row from what I see. Cooper is looking at a 1-2, 1-1.
I think it's always good when you ask for help, not being prideful and ask for help. Do you think it's the best shot? That says something on a bowler when they can ask for help. They can go.
I'm not going to say what the best shot is. I'm a 102 bowler, and I would defer to Brian there. And I think you have to play with the wood. Obviously,
I was a 110 when I was a somebody.
But Brian will be open with it. Both bowlers put up some tough boxes there. 60 through 6 for Brian Mayer, and Maria sub Korey Cooper has 57 through 6. Chris Harris now to bowl for Maria subs on lane 36. First ball in the 5th coming up. Through the head pin, 8 and a shaker. 9 drop with friendly wood covering, I think. May not be adjacent, but it's near, but it's overlapping the 10 pin. A 4-2 lead for OJ from Bowl-a-Rama on lane 35. Spare. Harris is the leader for Maria's subs at the moment. He's at 62 in a ball for his half. OJ puts up a 48 half for Bowl-a-Rama. Bowl-a-Rama has a 3-pin lead, but they have the edge with 2 bonus balls coming up, but one right now in the left hand of Chris Harris. Crossover. 7 in the fills, the good news. 4-7-10 is the bad news there. pair of 2-in-1s. We're seeing a decent amount of that. The sidewalls were replaced and are fresh and bouncy, but it's not always easy to use them. Both bowlers open in the 6th. Maria's subs now takes a 6-pin lead. Third bowler's coming up. Richie Myrick from Maria's subs. And Will Damon slated to come next. He's up on lane 35 for Bowl-a-Rama. 261 to 256, your score.
Again, Rich Myrick is from East Hampton, Massachusetts. And Will Damon from Wyndham, Maine.
Damon is working on the spare from the 4th. So we have a lead change with that one. A 6-pin lead now for Bowl-a-Rama. They also have the edge. One more ball coming up. That's a spare. So Bowl-a-Rama let the lead slip for about two frames there, but they now are back in control with a 5-pin lead. A spare for Will Damon. And a spare fill coming up for Mark Smith in the anchor position. Myrick will be looking at a 2-and-2, fronted by the head pin. It's the 1, 2, 7, and 10. 6 pins remain for Damon, and that was a 4 fill. That's a little break for Maria's. Right on it, right on it. 9 won't fall. Myrick chooses to go for the 2. So Richie Myrick's at 57 through 6. Damon at 78. Craig Holbrook now on lane 36. Scott Lapierre, where it says Jeff Lapierre on your scoreboard up in the corner. That is Scott, not his brother. Holbrook crosses over a little full maybe. And he's got the 3-6 on the right and the 4-7 on the left. Lapierre's got it difficult. Oh, he brought it over. Like Whitcomb before him, he brought that cut shot over. The messenger was in front of the 4-pin. Oh, that's a tough. He's still got 4.
The head pin can be a blessing and a curse, can it?
In that case. Good out for 3 there. That's an 8.
Craig Holbrook on your right from East Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Scott Lapierre on your left from Sanford, Maine.
Holbrook's first in the 6th. Crosses over again. And again, it's got the 5 and 7. About 45% of all head pins produce splits, though. You got to be used to that. Look at that. You got to use a real light ball with spin to get that one to play. He was playing for the left side of the 5-pin.
Most of the bowlers use a 2.7 ounce ball.
Yep, 39 ounces. Yep. Oh! Big spare there.
75 in the ball for Scott Lapierre on the 6.
That's right, and we got through the moment, it's a 7-pin lead, but the right side there is open. Maria's sub is not working on any marks. And we have 2 marks. Beginning with this one from Mark Harris. His next ball is on a spare from the 4th. Yep. Bobby Whitcomb. First ball in the 5th. We're in the first string. Hey, 9 drop to the 5. Smith in the bonus. It's a light hit on the head pin, with 6 in the bonus, so 10-pin lead up to the moment. Spare for Whitcomb, who bounces off the wall. And a great pickup on the 3-1. Wood helped. Smith, 2 in a row. He's at 54 in a ball. On the left-hand side of your scorebook, where you see DJ's name, that is the anchor bowler, Mark Smith.
Bob Whitcomb on the right. Bob Whitcomb is from Norwell, Massachusetts. On the left, Mark Smith from Norway, Maine.
Okay, 6 in the fill for Whitcomb. And 9 for Smith. He wins that exchange. Another one. 3 in a row for Mark Smith. He finished the first half with 63, and he's at 73 in a ball through 6. And Whitcomb is at 69. Match scores at 340 to 323. A 17-pin lead, but with 2 balls for Bowl-a-Rama, TBD. And now I'm going to give you back for the 3rd pair. Paul Grant.
Thanks, Bob. Great to be here. Apologies to Dennis Nuzzo. I got the wrong information filling in last minute. Dennis Nuzzo. Okay. All right. First string of two here. 7th and 8th box. Brian Mayer on the left, Korey Cooper on the right. Korey Cooper, so he can kick this over. Missed it to the left. Brian Mayer, leaving up 4. Going for the 10. Makes it. 10 for Korey Cooper. 67 after 7. And an 8 box for Brian Mayer of South Hadley. 68 after 7. Right now, it looks like I have 19, Bob.
19-pin lead. It's 350 to 331 up to the moment.
Bowl-a-Rama up by 19.
But Bowl-a-Rama also has 2 fill balls coming up from the last 2 bowlers. So you can learn.
Tough shots of both these bowlers for spares. That's the 3rd 1-7-10 I've seen, Bob, today on this side. Sweeps over the 3. Good try. Left up 3. Korey gets 7. 74 after 8. And a 7 also for Brian Mayer. 75 after 8. A 19-pin lead still for Bowl-a-Rama. O.J. Martin on the right. Chris Harris on the left. OJ off the head pin, gets 5. Chris Harris on the head pin gets only 5 also. They get 6. Two, 4, 7 in the 5 pin on the left. 2 full in the head pin. Chris Harris, nice shot. Give him a spare on that one.
Oh!
What's that, 10?
It's still not dead. Once the sweeper comes down, that's even if the pin falls late. That's true. That's true.
Chris Harris with that spare. 89 in the ball after 7. 66 after 7 for OJ. Chris Harris on a spare fill. On the head pin, delivers 8. Great piece of wood to help him.
That narrows things down a bit, quite a lot.
The lead is down to 8 right now for Bowl-a-Rama. OJ missed it to the right. Chris Harris for a spare. Right on the money. 2 in a row. Yeah, 107 in the ball after 8. Chris Harris of Maria Subs. 10 bucks for OJ. 76 after 8. Ten-pin lead right now for Bowl-a-Rama, but they got 2 spare fills coming up.
We got is this Will Damon and Richie Myrick?
Damon.
Both bowlers open.
Rich Myrick, a solid shot. Let's see how he plays this shot here.
That one might go at the line, but Richie's a bowler with many novel ways of playing the.
How would you play this, Bob?
I think I think hitting the wood in the front, so that the ball.
That's what he does. He capped it though. It didn't go.
You need to get the ball back there on the corner.
Good bid, and in the gutter, so that's a 7. 7 for Will Damon. 85 after 7. And Rich Myrick settles for a 9. 66 after 7. 8-pin lead right now for Bowl-a-Rama. 383 to 375.
Plus 1 ball.
Will Damon for the spare lead.
Eagle wings are going at about a 57% rate for professional bowlers.
Ooh, missed it to the right.
Got to be on the object though.
Missed opportunity there. Good try, but he gets it! In football, that could be a personal foul, a clip, a block from behind, but it counts in Candlepin. Spare for Rich Myrick. Comebacker.
That pin was penalized. It'll be coming back 5 yards.
We've had a delay of game and an illegal block in the back today.
6-pin lead up to the minute.
Rick Myrick with that spare is 76 in the ball after 8, and Will Damon at 93 after 8.
All right, bonus ball coming up next. This is Scott Lapierre. Across the head pin.
It's 8.
8 in the bonus though. He's got the 5 and dime, the old Woolworth special. But he'll take that with the bonus like that.
Greg Holbrook split. That's not going to be an easy shot. For the spare. Missed it. I gotta hit the pin in the 5 pin on the right side and kick the wood over.
Sometimes you're talking about a 1%er.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, it's definitely a hard shot. $9
9.
for Scott Lapierre and a 9 for Craig Holbrook. 67 for Bob. Scott at 92 after 7. 12 pin lead for Bowl-a-Rama. On the head pin, good shot by Scott. It splits it again. Difficult shot for a spare. Craig Holbrook.
There it
Oh,
is.
it gets the 10 to fall.
Huge clear in that when the 10 pin fell.
All right, gave it a good try, but only got 2 of those. Scott had a tough lead there. For the spare, he goes for the wood and didn't go. Had to go at the pin really for that one. Missed opportunity. You said it's about a 70% chance, Bob, on a single pin like that?
Yeah, for a pro bowler like Craig, their average is 72% actually.
72%.
At the moment. On the old Channel 5 classic shows, the average on single pins with no wood is 72%. With wood, my studies show it's 78%. There was I don't think the wood was in play there. We'll call that one a 72%er, if that helps you.
Bob with a 77 after 8, and Jeff with a 100 even after 8.
There are two bonus balls though coming up for Maria's subs. So that 12 pin lead is really just about even. You know, the average fill is going to be 6.5 for a pro bowler like these guys. So
But Mark Smith a good spare lead though.
it's virtually an even shot. Yep. Back to the bowling.
Oh, almost.
Line drop.
And he did not get the spare. Tough break. Wow. That tightens things up in the match. And he missed it also. Wow.
Well, don't.
9 for Mark Smith.
Because of the fills. Yeah, Smith had a spare in
He's at 78 after 7.
yes. Smith had a spare in the 6, so we missed the fact that his 8 drop was in the bonus. Now
Right.
the lead is up to 20. That exchange.
For a strike! Great piece of wood for him this time. For Mark Smith. Bob Whitcomb. Oh, he got the nudge there on the 7 pin. Golden opportunity also for a spare. And there it is, Mark Smith for a spare. 100 in the ball after 8 for Mark Smith from Norway, Maine. And a spare also for Bob Whitcomb from Norwell, Mass. It's 88 in the ball after 8. We got 18, Bob, for the lead right now.
Score is officially 20. Right now it's 443 to 423. But look at the right side. Maria's subs has spares from the second, third, and fifth bowlers. And we have only Mark Smith on the left-hand side. So it's 2 balls. It's 20 pins, but it's 2 balls here. So down to the last 10 here in the first.
Oh, no top strike!
Oh my, that changes things quick.
Couldn't fall any quicker than that.
Brian Mayer with a strike.
Hey, goes for a strike. He gets 9. Wow.
Down to the 5 pin.
2 great shots in a row. Same spot will be a spare. And he nudges it. It counts.
Kissed it.
Here it comes.
You didn't want to hit it too hard there.
Didn't want to hurt him. He's such a gentleman. Wow. Striking a spare for both bowlers.
Lead is still 20. Huge moment here.
Ryan on the head pin.
So much like to have a double. Change the match in a second with a double on that one.
Korey on a spare. He gets some help. Can it be a strike? Yes!
Strike on spare.
Slow motion strike there. 104 in a ball for Korey Cooper. Richie at 94 to 9. 10, 104. 104, I'm sorry, 104 for Brian Mayer rather. 104 for Brian Mayer.
Up to the minute, the lead is 21 pins for Bowl-a-Rama. But we have 2 bonus balls coming up for Maria's substitutes.
2 in the first ball. That's why you get 2 on a strike, Bob. Missed the head pin both times, but gets 7 out of that for a 111. 111 for Korey Cooper for Bowl-a-Rama. Brian Mayer 104 for Maria's subs.
Lead is now 480 to 452. 28 pins, 2 balls. All right, so for Bowl-a-Rama, they have a score of 480 plus they're working on 1 spare after the 8th. For Maria's subs, 452, trailing by 28, but they have three spares in the 8th. That lead is going to come down to
Chris Harris.
somewhere in the teens.
Oh, can he get the strike? Oh, won't quite go. 9 and 9/10. 4th pin was stubborn there. OJ for a strike if it goes left. It won't budge. Oh, wow.
That's the 3 pin.
For the spare, he gets it. Nice to have a piece of wood there. Chris Harris from Boston.
All right, so Harris's score on the scoreboard is wrong. That spare is good. That spare is good for OJ on Team Bowl-a-Rama.
So OJ's at 86 in the ball after 8. 86 in the ball after 9, rather. Yep. Yeah, problem with the scoreboard there went out for a minute. Chris Harris on his
Scoreboard is wrong.
scoreboard is wrong now.
The strike is not a strike.
The scoreboard reflected a strike in the 9th.
It's a spare.
And that was a 9 with a spare.
Okay.
So we're going to have to make adjustments. The official score has been kept on paper, and the 9 dropped to a shake.
Oh, it's a strike!
A strike for OJ.
106 plus 2 in the last box. Good try for a spare. He gets it! Wow! Sensational shot by Chris Harris. Those Boston guys sure know how to bowl.
There's a good, at least 10 of them here today.
There's about 100 today. Great bowlers here.
Not from Boston.
All over the place.
Harris.
Oh, he gets 2 in the corner.
bonus, grabs 8. That is a 155.
Wow. 155. Is that correct with the adjustments?
No, it's not.
Oh, strike! OJ, Owen Martin. It's gone blank for a minute here. We've had some scoring problems here. We'll get you an update in just a moment.
Harris's official score is 148 because of the machine picked up a strike when it was a 9-drop.
All right, so Chris Harris with a 148.
Takes 7 off of the Maria's score.
So we'll say 155 and 500. It's actually 148 and 493 for Maria Subs. We have a delay on 35. Owen with a 106 on a strike here, the last box of the first string. Sensational bowling, both sides. 148 for Chris Harris for Maria Subs. On the strike, Diamond.
26 bucks in
That was
the
on a
10th
spare-
box
that was a spare.
for OJ.
Yeah, it was a
26
spare.
bucks.
It was a spare, not a strike. All right, so 122, is that correct?
No, you had a double. You had a double in the 10th and a 6.
Okay. So 122.
That was the 10th box, my friend.
No, the scoreboard went out for a minute, so I lost track of the score. Went red. So OJ, Owen Martin with a 122 for Bowl-a-Rama.
And Chris Harris's score, which appears as a 155, is a 148. So take 7 off of that team total.
193.
That means we're looking at a 33-pin difference. However, it's not over yet. There's still 2 balls. Starting with Richie Myrick right here. Richie Myrick is in the bonus. You see it. You see him, the third bowler, on your right.
That gives him 80 after 8. So 9 drop for Will Damon. The scoreboard's gone blank again.
It's 31.
31 the lead.
The scoreboard will turn red every time that there's wood that needs to be cleared. And you see John Winchell from Maria Subs going down to clear out that piece that is over the line.
I've never seen a bowling alley scoreboard do that. That's advanced.
Welcome to Leda Lanes. They got a few things here that
They really prepared well for the tournament here.
they've been running some of these systems for decades. What's new here are the lanes, all refinished in the sidewalls.
Okay. There's a spare. Will Damon delivers again. 10 for Rich Myrick. He's at 90. After 9.
Myrick's up to 90 through 9 now.
Yep.
Damon is at 103 plus the ball. And we are looking at a 29-pin difference overall.
On a spare. Punches out 5. To 108 after 9 for Will Damon. Rich Myrick currently at 90 after 9. Right down the middle again. Bowl-a-Rama in the driver's seat for the first string. So Myrick gets a 9. It's a 99 for the string for Rich Myrick. Will Damon with a 10 box and the string at a 118. So our first 3 bowlers from Bowl-a-Rama are Korey Cooper, 111, Owen Martin, or OJ, 122, Will Damon with a 118. For Maria Subs, Brian Mayer, a 104, Chris Harris, 148, even though it says 155 up there, and Rich Myrick with a 99. Here's Craig Holbrook. Good chance for a spare. Scott Lapierre on the left. Solid shot! Oh!
Lead is up to 28 for Bowl-a-Rama.
For a spare, he gets it! Right on the money! Craig Holbrook trying to get the team closer. 87 on the ball after 9. And he does get the spare. Nudged it. He took something that was a change-up, looked like. For Scott Lapierre, spare for him.
Much debate.
Yep, 110 in the bonus ball after 9. Best bowlers around the world, minus Canada here. US Invitational. Leda lanes from Nashua, New Hampshire. Paul Grant along with Bob Lee. Thanks for joining us.
Greg Holbrook in the bonus.
He gets a strike on the spare!
Spare, unbelievable. He's not giving up yet, but they're
107 in the ball. 6 drop for Scott Lapierre. 116 after 9. 30 pins right now, currently, right, Bob? Minus 7.
down to 27.
Minus the 7, yep. 27. He gets it!
Oh my goodness.
Wow, it's great bowling here. Wow. 126 in the ball.
All right, they're into double strike territory. Both Holbrook and Whitcomb are going to need double strikes to carry this out. Maria's, who was 2 and 4 in their first match, they won one game apiece but lost the total. And Bowl-a-Rama won 4 and 2. Oh dear. That's a lemon drop.
Yep. 5 on the fill. 120. 131. 131 for Scott Lapierre.
That'll do it. But totals are still in play.
What's that? A 2 on the strike? Tough break for Craig. 2 on the strike. Gets a 109 for the string though. 12 beats a 10.
Yeah, the difference is 32. And there are, I guess if Bobby Whitcomb were to get four strikes, and Mark Smith was open, but remember he's in a fill. I think we're talking about 5 pins, and Bowl-a-Rama's won the first one.
Whitcomb on a spare.
Total is very much in play.
Gets 8 on the fill. His fill is 8 also for Mark Smith.
That's the game. That's the game.
So Bowl-a-Rama pretty much has this one wrapped up now. Missed it. Want to keep the total close though if you can. Field goal is good, right down the middle. And 10 bucks for Bob Whitcomb. 106 after 9. 9 bucks for Mark Smith. He's at 117 after 9. What's the total right now, Bob?
Bowl-a-Rama at 599 to 566. Remember, 7 pins off of the Maria's sub score. 1 pin in the final, and we'll have a 600 game out of Bowl-a-Rama.
So they'll take the first string. 2 points for them. 1 more to go in this
That'll do it.
2-string match.
605 and counting. The Maine team.
For a spare. Oh, what a shot! The triangle plus the 7. Keeps the total closer now. Outstanding shot by Bob Whitcomb from Norwell, Mass. 10 for Mark Smith from Norway, Maine.
127.
Wow, 127 for him. Good string. Bob Whitcomb currently is at
116.
Yep, 116 in a ball to wrap up the first string. On the head pin, gets a good 8. 124 for Bob Whitcomb from Maria's subs.
Final score 609 to 584. Remember, 7 pins off of the score of Chris Harris in number 2 slot. He had a 148. He was our top bowler.
So a 25 pin lead for Bowl-a-Rama. They take the first 2 points out of a possible 6. And we'll have the second string in just a moment. We'll let Bob Lee take over if he wants to.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm going to try to put some graphics up on the board so people can see.
We had 609, 583 for a final.
583. Okay. Instead of 584, I had a 7 pin difference. It was a,
That was double.
okay,
Right,
five.
so it's a 1 pin difference on the scoreboard
Seven
area.
on this side. You're right. 584.
No, we got it right the first time.
Okay.
Pretty good at math usually.
Well, but we didn't you get the official score. So we'll put that up and we'll.
609 to 584.
And we got Korey Cooper making a spare, and they're right off the blocks in the second string. Remember, these are 2-string matches. 6 points on the line for each team.
Holbrook still updating the first string.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you got.
Manual adjustment here.
Yeah.
So
we
Korey-
forgot to reset the screen.
Okay, so Korey Cooper's spare is not going to be reflected on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're gonna put it up right now.
Thank you, thank you. So we're going to wait for a technical fix on that. Thank you. We're going to pause here for just a second.
So a spare for Korey Cooper to start the second string for Bowl-a-Rama, coming in a 25-pin lead after the first string.
Got a good view of the dancing bears on the back of the TBD Bowl-a-Rama jersey.
Korey Cooper at a 111 in the
Grateful
first string.
Dead fame.
Sorry, Bob. Korey Cooper at a 111 and Brian Hare at 104 in the first string. Trying to update the scoreboard.
That's right. They're up at the headquarters out there to our left.
36 lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire, Leda lanes.
Okay, so on your scoreboard, Maria's subs will be reflected on the right, even though we have Bowl-a-Rama on your left. We're going to adjust our graphic.
Bob Lee with a tremendous setup as always. Completely ashamed of the technology. Bob recovering from a stroke from August 16th, doing really well now. You 100% yet?
No,
90%, right?
95.
95% from the stroke. It's my wife's birthday, August 16th.
It was a tough day for me.
Well, not a tough day for her, turning 50. She looks like 30 anyway, so.
All right,
The scoreboard is corrected, so Korey Cooper for Bowl-a-Rama on the right.
he's in the bonus. 15 bucks in the first. Hey! Strike for Brian Mayer. He sits down with 18 and 2 balls. Korey playing the twin, trying to get the action to the right.
When you get a strike like that, Bob, no one can say that was a lucky shot. It was just down the heartbeat.
Sometimes you hit the same ball and you leave the 5-pin though.
Have you ever punched out the head pin by itself?
Not yet. Not yet. All right, so early going, it's a 24-18 lead, but 2 balls coming up for Maria's subs. We're early going. Second bowler, first ball here. OJ, 9 drop, 10! The 4 was the last to fall. Chris Harris, the lefty,
Did a 148 in the first string.
he crushed the head pin and left the 2 and 2. They call this one the Big 4. That one was in the channel. He's got to hit the foul button. There's a button up on the left-hand side of the ball return that allows you to register a foul that way.
I haven't seen that before either.
Yep. It's kind of unique to Leda. That'll be an 8. All right, OJ working on his strike. First ball in the second box. Second frame action here. We're in the second match. US Invitationals at Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. O.J. Martin of Maine coming off of a 509 to 487 victory for Maria Sub. 7 in the first ball. Okay, Harris. Both bowlers for Maria Subs with strikes in the second. Their scores are not going to be, their fills are not going to be reflected. The way the scoring system works on your camera is that the total is up to the ball. 8 in the fill, 8 in the strike fill.
OJ had a 122 in the first string for Bowl-a-Rama. Chris, of course, with 148.
And he'll sit down with 26. So nominally the lead is 14 pins for Bowl-a-Rama, but the fills are still coming for Maria Sub. Four bonus balls.
Maria Subs, delicious subs. Good prices, good portions. Maria Subs of Saugus, Massachusetts.
Longtime sponsor in the Worlds. This is my first time here, and Paul, your first time at the Worlds. It's the premier event in Candlepin. Unfortunately, with nobody from Canada this year due to COVID restrictions. That's why it's the US Invitational this year.
Yeah, I saw it in Haverhill Academy 3 years ago. I was doing an extra fundraiser for the gas victims of Lawrence, Massachusetts, and left off the alley. Those were really good matches over there.
That was a 10.
That was my first experience in the world.
Richie Myrick with the 9.
All those years in retail, working Saturdays. On a break right now from work.
Both bowlers open in the first. There's the first ball in the second box for Will Damon. Damon had a 118 to begin things. And it's Richie Myrick who posted a 98. 99 actually. Nice ball.
That's one of those pins that I've taken off one of them.
I see. Damon will be open. Myrick right on his number. Leaves the 10 pin. That's Paul's, I think. I think that's Paul's. That will be a 9 for Myrick. He was in the channel. So Myrick posts 19, 18 for Will Damon. Our number 4 bowlers, Scott Lapierre and Craig Holbrook now. Bowling first on your right. Scott Lapierre, yesterday's runner-up in the singles knockout competition. He had a 131 earlier today, and he drops 9 on the first ball, looking at the 7 pin. Holbrook, he posted a 109 now, bowling from the left side, crosses over, thin hit. He's got the bundle of 5. That is the diamond +1 or the hay bale. That one is falling at a 30% rate, according to my data. Too full on the front pin, the 2 pin there. A 10 for Scott. And he picks up 2 more pins there. Lead is deceptive right now. It's 79-62 through our first 7 boxes. 2 spare fills, 2 strike fills coming up for Maria's subs. Figure those are going to add about another 16 pins, plus or minus 10. Lapierre past the head pin. And a spread eagle. 7% of all head pins result in spread eagles or the variants. Craig Holbrook just had one. Kind of like you have a little spot in the middle of the bullseye that gives you 4 points. Third ball is coming up. Both pullers open in the second. Nice. Those are big pins. A 20. Never ashamed to sit down with 20 on league night when you're bowling 2 at a time, and that's what we saw there. These guys are averaging 11 and a half, 12 pins per box. That average is deceptive too. Bowlers at this level are making about 3 1/4 spares, so a little more than 3 spares and a little less than 1 strike per game. Mark Smith, our anchor, began with a 127 in the first. Off the head pin on the right, he's got a 3-1. Bobby Whitcomb, who put up a 124, takes out the right side. 2-pinner for him. This one will go. It will go. The wood was favorable. A spare for Smith. And matching spare from Bobby Whitcomb. Anchor bowlers now set for their first ball in the second box. We're in the second string.
And normally you have 3-string matches in the past, correct? This year it's 2, typically?
There are a lot. It depends on your schedule. These teams are going to be playing each other all week. 2 is a little more humane.
For our audience, Bob, when do you see, how do you see it shaping out as far as it's all teams the rest of the way through on Saturday? How many teams in the finals?
I'm going to delay. I don't want to get things wrong right now. There was a captain's meeting last night, and the setup. We were going to have buys for the teams that go into the playoffs, and the final configuration. We'll be putting it up on Candlepin chat a little later on. I would like to get that down. I've been setting up my equipment though when I should have been. Great. Oh, that was a 5-2 spare for Whitcomb. Spare on spare for him. He only had 3 in the fill, but right now the match score shows 23-pin lead for Bowl-a-Rama, but we have 3 marks on Maria's subs and none on their side. So that 21 pins is really, we're just about even here once the bonus balls are calculated. Half Worcester for Mayer up in the upper left-hand side. 8 drop with duck soup. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of wood. Well, 2 of them are rolling off though. That just got a lot harder. Korey Powers. You hear his captain saying, go high. He wants him to hit the right side of that front pin. Send it spinning. He gets the left side. The ball jumped over. Took out the 7-pin in the corner, but didn't get the action behind it.
6 fill for Brian Mayer had 3 subs.
That's right.
31 after 3.
Lead is down to 19 now.
Korey Cooper at 33 after 3.
Another Woolworth special, the 5 and 10. 5 and dime. Here's a diamond. Doesn't look like the wood will help. Diamonds, as you know, are tricky. Statistically, right now I'm seeing 27% of diamonds converted for spares with no wood.
Ooh, what a that back pin's always tough in a triangle shot.
Yep, it's often tough. You can punch them out. You can take two. There's a lot of ways to miss a
Do you have a
diamond.
stat in that, Bob? How many times that's made?
Yeah, I was just saying it's 27%.
I missed it.
Yep. I almost I call that one a makeable spare, but given the outcomes, I'm thinking about taking it off the makeable spare list. There are plenty of other spares that are more makeable than that are splits.
Ryan Mayer with a 9-box for 40 for Maria Subs. Korey Cooper for Bowl-a-Rama. 45 after 4.
Right.
Spike.
Yep, Chris Harris in this two bonus balls up. Crosses over. Just pad full maybe. OJ was a bit thin, but he has a side saddle triangle. Consisting of the 3, 5, and 9. 8 still in the bonus there. See, the lead now is down to 11 through the moment. Martin is open. Pair of 9s from our number 2 bowlers in the third box.
Both at 35 after 3.
Lead is now 12 officially for Bowl-a-Rama.
I'll make it 37 in the match after winning the first 25.
Five and 2 leave. Oh, and the 9 was the last to fall from Martin. A strike. His second of the match. He led off with a strike. Okay. We just had a substitution announced. John Winchell will be replacing Richie Myrick in the Maria Subs order. John Winchell, last year's ACST runner-up. 2019 season ending in 2020 as it was. Hey. Okay.
November, New Hampshire.
And Winchell comes up from the scoring table. He's been our official scorer, and you saw him a little earlier cleaning up a piece of dead wood. Now he's on the lane. He's one of the greats of our game. He recently he's a reigning champ in the money match out of Exeter, New Hampshire, nearby. He bowls with a straight ball from the right side. Incredible accuracy. 9 drop. And matching 9 drops, but like the triangle a little better, even with the wood. There it is. Oh, we used the wall and was denied. Both bowlers open. Will Damon for Bowl-a-Rama and John Winchell get a pair of 10s. Match score to the moment is 14 pins, 163 for Bowl-a-Rama, 149 for Maria Subs. Three on the right for John. And parallel pins. Looks like the 4-6 remain for Damon.
fourth 1-7-10.
High-low jackpot. They're a lot more makeable with that pin in the back, though. This would be for a 10, of course.
Do those shots ever go for spare?
Damon is on his second ball ever, however.
You ever see a 1-7-10 go for a spare?
Sure. With wood, frequently. Yeah. One more pin picked up there by Bowl-a-Rama. Score at the moment is 172 to 157, a 15-pin lead.
Well, Damon with 38 after 4. And the combination of Rich Myrick and John Nashua at 36 after 4.
We have one fill ball coming up for Maria's sub. We have a strike for Owen Martin, so there's no difference there. The 15-pin lead is good. Nine, and the 10 was the last of all for Scott Lapierre. Holbrook working on the 4 horses and the post. Gets everything but the front pin. For the 10, he's got it.
25 after 3 for Holbrook. Maria subs. 30 in the ball.
Lead is still 15, but we're Lapierre's got bonus coming. Good ball, tough lead. See if you can get creative. First bonus ball for 6. Check mark is a makeable 40% spare. I would normally say that one wasn't makeable, but the wood did its job. The ball did not continue through and take out the left side. Lapierre and Holbrook are open. In the 4th. That's a 10.
34 for Greg Holbrook, 49 for Scott Lapierre.
And the lead now is up to 25 pins. But Whitcomb in the bonus.
Bowl-a-Rama won the first by 25 also. Right now it's 50. Much.
I'm going to hand the broadcast over to my colleague right after Bobby Whitcomb finishes his bonus here. Head pin, good late action, 8 drop, and a very makeable 2-pinner. Paul, back to you.
Thanks, Bob. Bob Lee, awesome job as always. Bob Whitcomb with the shot for the spare.
3 in a row.
41 of the ball after 3. Mark Smith had a 127 first string. He's at 34 after 3 this string. Bob Whitcomb on the right with a 124 in the first string. On a spare. Gets the head pin, gets 7. Not going to be easy. 48 after 3 for Bob Whitcomb. Mark Smith, 3 in the 1 in the back.
That's the end under the run. Whitcomb's 3 in a row.
Good bid for the spare. The one in the back didn't go. $50 in bonus money in the old Don Gillis show. $10. 58 after 4 for Bob Whitcomb, the anchor. For Maria Subs. And Mark Smith, the Bowl-a-Rama with a 10. He has 44 after 4. So our score.
Lead is down to 8. It's 219 to 211, Paul.
33 in the match. OJ, Owen Martin has a spare coming up though.
Yeah, he had a strike.
Strike rather coming up in the second box when he's up here. After Korey Cooper on the right.
See that in our graphic?
And there's a strike! Korey Cooper. 50 in a ball in his 5th box. At a 111 in the first string.
2 balls.
Yep. Ryan Mayer misses it. $8. 48 after 5 for Ryan Mayer of South Hadley, Massachusetts. Korey Cooper for Auburn, Maine, working on a strike at a 111 first string. He delivers on the head pin, 7. On the first ball. Domino action here for Brian Mayer on the left on 35. Korey looking for a spare on strike. No. Gets 8 on the fill though. 61 after 5.
That was a spare.
Spare for Brian Mayer. 58 in the ball. After 6. In a 9 box for Korey Cooper. He's at 70 even after 6. 70 for Korey Cooper. Brian Mayer at 58 in the ball after 6. So right now, 229.
246 for Bowl-a-Rama. They got a 17-pin lead, Paul. But the bonus balls.
Owen's on a strike now coming up.
Yep.
Hey, can he get a double? 9. 9 with a little bit of a wiggle. To first strike, almost. 9 drop. 7-pin standing, nudged it a little bit. Chris Harris denied that strike. For the spare, he gets it. Didn't look pretty, but it counts. Owen Martin with a spare on a strike. 65 in a ball after 5. Chris Harris missed it. 9 box, missed it twice. 9 box. 52 after 5 for Chris Harris. 65 in a ball for OJ, Owen Martin.
Lead is up to 28. With bonuses coming.
Owen
Right here for OJ.
He had a 122 in the first string, Owen.
He's hot. He's hot.
He's feeling it, even though he missed a head pin. Seems like when you're hitting good, Bob, even if you missed a head pin, you get good backdoor action, it seems like.
It may feel like that, but the stats will tell you otherwise.
Yep. Chris Harris had a 148 first string, but gets the half Worcester right. For a spare. Punched it 2-fold. Ouch, 2 on the second shot for Chris Harris. Need a big out here. Nine box for OJ. 81 after 6. And a tough 5 for Chris Harris. 57 after 6. Funny game. 148 first game, 57 after 6.
The lead goes to 39, Paul.
Looking really good for Bowl-a-Rama right now. For a total 6 point sweep, possibly.
Will Damon's first ball. Off head pin, gets 3 on the left. He's got 7 pins back there. Our sub, John Winchell, takes 9.
Rich Myrick had a 99 in the first string, and John now taking his place.
He came in the 3rd.
Yep. John Winchell's from Brentford, Maine. Brentford, New Hampshire, rather. And he gets a spare. Will Damon on the spare. John Winchell, 9. Should have 45 up there. It's not showing on the scoreboard.
It's above his name. If you look at the scoreboard on the upper right-hand corner.
Yep. Got a 52. Sorry, 52.
Right now the scoreboard is blocked by one of our bowlers.
John Winchell, 9 drop. Will Damon for a spare, off to the left. For a spare, head right on. John Winchell pumps him up, 57 in the ball.
He had 2 9-drop spares. That was
After 6.
as good as it gets.
And a 9 for Will Damon.
Our cat's up here to tell you.
50.
Year went in for Will Damon.
Thank you. That's right. Will Damon just came over to tell us that he wasn't bowling there a minute. That was Jeff Lapierre. We got it. I should have known. That was Jeff Lapierre who came in as a substitute in the 5th box for Bowl-a-Rama.
Of course, the scoreboard is not in order, and it doesn't put the substitutions in there either. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you were in the 3rd. Okay. So both of them came in the 3rd. And sure enough, their name is right on their shirt. We ought to know them. I'll know. Okay, back to the action here now, Paul.
Okay. We have Scott Lapierre up there now. On the right. 8 drop on the first ball. Craig Holbrook on the left. Craig had a 109 in the first string. Scott had a 131 in the first. 5th box, 2nd string, 2-string match. Ooh, missed it. Scott for a spare off the head pin. Bowl-a-Rama won the first string by a score of 609 to 584. 25 pin victory for 2 points. And they have a lead here in the second as well. Scott gets a 9. 43 after 5.
Lead is 29 pins.
Sorry, Craig Holbrook with a 43 after 5. Scott Lapierre at 58 after 5. What's the lead now, Bob? Sorry?
Lead is now 29 pins plus 2 balls for Bowl-a-Rama. One bonus ball coming up for Maria's subs.
That's 54 in the match for Bowl-a-Rama. 2 points for each string, 2 points for the total, 6 points overall. First day of teams in the US Invitational at Leda Lanes here in Nashua, New Hampshire. Paul Grant along with Bob Lee. Thank you for joining us.
Team Bowl-a-Rama's riding high right now. They won 4-2 in their first match. They're looking for the sweep here if they can hold on to that 29 pin lead.
Oh, nice try. Wouldn't quite go in the corner. And he sweeps it. Oh, a nice shot, pretty shot. Nice shot. By Scott Lapierre. Those shots never go for spares. 68 after 6 for Scott. And a 9 blocks, 52 for Bob Whitcomb after 6. I'm sorry, after Craig Holbrook, 52 after 6.
Anchor bowlers now.
Yep. Fifth bowlers each team. Bob Whitcomb on the right, Mark Smith. Bob Whitcomb's on the, Mark Smith on the right for Bowl-a-Rama. Bob Whitcomb on the left for Maria Subs. Triangle, right corner for Mark. Mark at that 127 first string. Bob Whitcomb, the 124 on the first. Tough split. For a spare, he gets it up the wall. Bowl-a-Rama adding to their lead. .54 on a ball after 5. For Mark Smith. Nine for Bob Whitcomb.
Lead is up to 30.
55 in the match for Bowl-a-Rama. 67 after 5 for Bob Whitcomb. Mark Smith from Norway, Maine on a spare. On the head pin, gets 9. 19 on the box. Solid fill. 63 after 5. 7 drop in the first ball for Bob Whitcomb. He can kick that wood over. For a spare. He missed it wide left. Sometimes you're trying to avoid that piece of wood on the right and you pull it too far.
Spare opportunity for Whitcomb.
Can he kick it over? He does! Wow! What a shot by Bob Whitcomb. 77 in the ball after 6. And 10 for Mark Smith. He's at 73 after 6. So what do you have for a total here, Bob?
Doing that in my head right now. Looks like it's the score is 348 to 309.
39-pin lead for Bowl-a-Rama. Plus 25 in the first string they won by. 64 in the match. Oh, he's got the 7th box here. The second and final string here of the match.
Brian
Mayer from South Hadley. Good opportunity for a spare here. Korey Cooper on the left, half Worcester. Nice shot for the spare. Brian Mayer on the money. 76 in the ball. Had that 8 fill on the spare. Before that, 76 in the ball. After 7. Korey Cooper left, misses everything. 8 box. 78 after 7. And hopefully for Maria's sub's sake, they get a little bit on a roll here now.
The momentum, the bonus balls now are in the favor of Maria's subs. That was a fill.
On the fill, he gets 6. I mean, difficult shot for a spare.
We also had fills from our spares from Winchell and from Bobby Whitcomb. So that lead's going to come down by about 12 to 15 pins.
Another 1-7-10, the 5th one of the day. Nobody's hit it. Nobody's hit it either. No one's gotten it yet. Wide net shot. chops out the head pin.
Nope.
8 box.
No jackpot there.
Yep. 90 after 8. For Brian Mayer. And Korey Cooper, nice out for a 9. 87 after 8. 365 to 341 in favor of Bowl-a-Rama. 24 pins in the string. 49 in the match for Bowl-a-Rama.
All right, Chris Harris, first ball in the 7th box. We are in the second string of a 2-string match. For Maria's subs.
On the head pin, can he get the strike? Not quite. 9 on the first ball. OJ.
He was open in the 6th, so.
He's got a tough shot also. For a spare, right on!
Right into the curtain.
Chris Harris had a sluggish start. 67 in the ball now after 7. After that 148, sensational first string. OJ comes up short in that second shot. Momentum is starting to shift. Maria sub. 9 for OJ. 90 after 7. 67 in the ball for Chris Harris of Boston.
Lead is 23 now.
Thanks, Bob. Great to work with you, Bob, for the first time.
I appreciate being able to use some of the graphics. Well, thanks for keeping track of the action.
And on that,
All right,
8
more.
You can use that wood to kick it over. 8's a good fill, though. He's up to 90. Sorry, 75. 75 after 7. Brian Mayer's 90 after 8. Not quite. Good try. Try to go a little more to the right. Good bid, though. Tough punch out there for OJ.
It's a big out. He's got 131. 5 pins.
10 for Chris Harris. 85 after 8. Nice out by OJ.
Lead is coming down.
Yeah. Tough boxes. 98 after 8.
13.
OJ, 13 is lead, and they still have 2 spare fills. And none right now, I believe.
Got to figure this.
Yep.
6.5.
Virtual
a
tie.
6 and a 7. We're in a tie here.
So a big comeback by, they were down, what, 39 earlier on?
Yeah, just a couple
string.
minutes ago.
Here's John Winchell, who filled in.
That wasn't a fill, though. That's a 3.
Here's Jeff Lapierre. He gets a strike. Filling in for Will Damon. Will at a 118 that first string, by the way.
For the moment, the lead is down to 10. As you just saw, Jeff Lapierre is going to be, he's looking to pick up some pins here. Third ball, and there are 5 pins still standing for Winchell.
Lapierre at 66 on the strike. John Winchell for a difficult spare shot.
Oh,
Punches out 1.
His object.
Actually, that was for 10. That was a third shot, 6 blocks. It's a tough one. 74 after 7.
So that just by leaving 4 pins on the plate, the lead is now back up to 14.
Way off that time, but gets 6 out of
And
it.
of course, Jeff.
Good piece of wood.
Jeff is working on a strike here. Adding to that. Good mix. Good mix.
That's not bad for missing the head pin. 7 on the first ball of 2.
Wood is all over the back here. It's a 2 and 2. There's 2 in the back, 2 in the front.
It's a perfect lead, but the back pin didn't go. Tough break. Oh, good shot for a spin. Let go. Yes.
What
What a shot! Wow!
And in the boat, that's a spare on strike ball.
Wow, what a shot that was. Jeff Lapierre on fire. 86 in the ball after 8. With him in the combination of Will Damon.
Lead is back to 24, and that bonus is now in play. Both teams have a bonus ball coming up. Further on down the run. These gentlemen are number 4 bowlers, Craig Holbrook and Scott Lapierre are both open. First ball in the 7th box coming up next for Craig. On the left side, cross is over. No reward. He's got a 4 and 1.
Want the mic?
I'll do the final
2. Tough lead there for Scott, for Craig Holbrook. Scott Lapierre on the left. One for a spare. Big mess up there for both of them. Craig works out 2, 3 out of the 4. Nice out, 9. 9 blocks, 61 after 7. 8 blocks for Scott Lapierre, 76 after 7. So the lead is 23 in this string right now for Bowl-a-Rama. 25 they won in the first. We're up 48 in the match. 2 points for a win, 1 for a tie, 2 for total. Can I go for a strike? It does!
Oh my goodness.
That went in slow motion and it went. Scott Lapierre, just when Maria Subs starts making a comeback, get a couple of big marks.
Well, Jeff Lapierre came up in the 7th with a strike and a spare. And you just saw the strike from Scott Lapierre.
86 plus 2 after 8 for Scott Lapierre.
It's a lead at 23 now.
Craig Holbrook at a 10, he's at 71 after 8. Anchor bowlers here, coming up soon. Right now, coming up. 7th and 8th boxes, second and final string of this match. Many more to come today, live from Leda Lanes, Nashua, New Hampshire. Paul Grant along with Bob Lee. Thank you as always for joining us. Hope you're enjoying it. Bob Whitcomb on the right. Mark Smith on the left. Hits the head pin. Golden opportunity for a spare. Bob Whitcomb for a spare. Just missed to the right. Mark Smith takes advantage of the gimme. Spare in the 7th box. 83 in the ball. And a tough 7 for Bob Whitcomb. 89 after 7 for Bob. '83 and a ball here for Mark Smith on the left. Bob Whitcomb here, trying to get close in the scoring triangle. And on the spare, hook set to the right, gets 3. '86 after 7. And a 9 for Bob Whitcomb. He's at 98 after 9, after 8, 98 after 8. And a 10 for Mark Smith. He is at 96 after 8.
All right.
And Bob Lee will take you to the last 2 boxes of the second and final string of this exciting match between Bowl-a-Rama and Maria Subs.
Okay, our first bowlers are on. Ready? Korey Cooper for Bowl-a-Rama and a 25-pin lead.
50 in the match.
Yep. Right side, he leaves the Caleri. Good wood to cover. So it's kind of like hitting the 4 horsemen, hoping that that wood does the job. A little less than a 50-50 chance. 40% is our best estimate. Both bowlers now with 4 horsemen. Gotta hit that head pin though. Okay, both bowlers open. In the 9th, we're down to the last 10 boxes here in match number 2, US Invitationals from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. Cooper takes an 8 and a 7 for Brian Mayer.
97 for Brian Mayer. Korey Cooper now at 95 after 9.
First ball in the 10th. Takes 3 on the left. Mayer looking at a triangle. Cooper right in, takes all 7. And that is a huge trade there. Brings the lead up to 28 and a ball, make it 27 with that. Sorry, the graphic is all wrong there. It's now 27.
String, by the way, for Brian Mayer. US subs.
Good mix, great mix on a off the head pin. 7 for that's a 112, and he won that matchup by 6. More importantly for these guys, there is a 34-pin lead. O.J. Martin had a 10 in the 8th box. Here's his first in the 9th. Crosses over. That's a little lambda, the triangle +1.
So Korey Cooper had 223 for Bowl-a-Rama. Brian Mayer had 210 for the 2 strings for Maria subs.
Thanks, Paul. Just off to the right. This one's gone. Chris Harris spares in the 9th. He picks up 2 there. Lead is down to 32. He's in the bonus though.
Maria subs really can use double strike right now.
Yeah, that double strike would give you 27, 28 pins versus 10. That's a 17-pin pickup if your opponent gets a 10.
Chris Harris had that 148 first string. He's had 95 in a ball here and going to the 10th.
And here it is. 8-9 drop and a tasty looking spare leave for Harris.
104 after 9.
15 inches wide. OJ will be open in the 10th. Goodbye. All right. Brings the lead down to 22 for the moment.
Let's get Chris Harris now for 116. OJ with the 116 string. Chris Harris is 114 ball. 114 ball.
And 10 in the strike on spare. 10 bonus pins with the 11th rack for Chris Herrick.
148 and 124. And lucky at 2 in a row.
That knocks 10 more off the lead. More importantly, it's down to 13.
Spare and strike coming up too.
And this is one of them. This is a fill ball here. 5. So we're gonna take that. Lead is 18 for the moment. Okay, gotta like that. Off the 2-pin. Leaving the 1-3. This is a Korey leave. He's gotta look at it, but Korey's with no wood, or twice as hard to get. As Winchell completes his strike. Twice as hard to get as a 4 horseman, and a 4 horseman only go at a 40% rate. All right, another pin picked up there.
94 ball for Mitchell.
Lead for the moment is 17. Oh, that's a big ball. See him holding his hand out. He wants that wood to stop.
Just Lapierre 100 after 9.
Came back a little far. 9-10! A strike on the spare. Just when he needed it. That takes 10 more off the lead.
114 plus.
This spare change that though. Quickly. It does. It does. The wood was well in front, but he pushed it back just square on that 6-pin. He was able to execute it.
Clutch shot by Jeff Lapierre because Maria Subs making yet another comeback.
So the lead is 17. Or sorry, 7 at the moment. Sorry.
On the fill.
8 in the spare.
118. They had 118 last week also.
And oh God, he could use that. He should sure use that. That would bring another rack, but it will.
He almost had 3 in a row.
Critically.
Had 9 drop, a spare, a strike, and a 9 in 3/4.
All right, the electronic scoreboard is giving a warning now. Oh, tough 9.
The scoreboard's gone blank, so I'll give you an update in just a moment. Strong finish there by Sean Winchell. They've had 3 strikes.
The lead is. The lead is 5. The scoreboard is now wrong. It was giving John a strike there. I believe that is not correct. Paul, can you go up and check the official score? -11, right? It's a 6-pin lead. The official score, -11 on the scoreboard you see on your screen. Winchell was given a double strike by the scoreboard. Holbrook punches 2 1/2, Worcester, and we had Scott Lapierre. Yep. Okay. Lapierre is open. Oh, that's the way to do it. The ball didn't cooperate. The ball had to take out the right corner on that one for Holbrook.
John Mitchell with a 123. Shows 134 on the board.
Yep. So -11 on that official score. That's a 32, 532, and a 544. I believe that puts us at
12-pin lead.
a 12-pin lead officially.
And no open boxes right now, I believe, right?
There are no marks on the board.
We need a couple to get back and get 2 marks.
8 drop. There might be one soon. got Lapierre with a 2-pinner. Holbrook's got a 1, 2, 8, and 9.
Maria Subs back in the lead now, right?
Nope.
Can't see it.
They're minus 11 from their score. It's 5:52. There it is. That's spare. With that spare. Must be answered and can't be there. We're going to come down to the last two, and
Tough low for Maria Subs.
Scott Lapierre has a bonus ball. So 5:54 to 5:41, a 13-pin lead officially. Bonus ball coming up. It's going to add to that lead. Our fourth bowler, his final ball. In on the head pin. 5. So that's an 18-pin lead coming into the last anchor bowlers.
117 with Scott Lapierre, got a 131 first string, 248 for the 2. Craig Holbrook a 109 and a 90. For a 199, 2 total. We'll probably need more two spares to none or a double strike.
Well,
Win. Maria Subs.
hey, good mix on that one. He's got the 1-9. Whitcomb into double strike territory now. Oh boy.
6, 1, 7, 10 shots.
There it is. And that spare will do it.
Hot shot, Mark Smith. Bowl-a-Rama. Put this one away. It looks like a clean sweep, 6 points. For Bowl-a-Rama from Candlepin, Maine, against Maria Subs.
Yep, picked up another 2 there. So 569 to 549 is a 20-pin lead going into the last frame. And a bonus ball coming for Mark. If he gets 1 pin here, it's over. There it is. How about 9? How about 9? That'll put it past any other alternative.
Congratulations to Bowl-a-Rama, 6 points, 2 for each string.
Yes.
Total. Maria Subs battled back and forth. Couldn't quite get there. Every time they did, Bowl-a-Rama responded.
I'm going to put that up in the graphics, Paul. Will you finish up the match?
Okay. And Mark Smith ends up with a 124 after a 127 first string, 251 for the 2 strings. Bob Whitcomb with a spare. Won't matter though in the total for the string. 8 in the fill, nice finish. He gets 124 also. 248.
587 to 567.
587 into what?
To 567 in the final, and for the total that means that it was a 45-pin victory. Thank you. We're going to take a little break now, shut down the stream, and we'll be back for the third match in a few minutes.
Thank you.
See you on the lanes.